So you get that text from your girl saying her parents aren't home, and you start bombing your way over there, and on the highway you see Dominic Toretto and his boys robbing another semi-truck. A few packages fall off, a couple of them take out your bumper. No big deal. We can fix that. Who would have thought such a crummy little $10 Panasonic VHS player could do so much damage? But we can fix that with the help from eBay. Just like it says in the Bible, I can do all things through eBay who powers me, or something like that. Cheapskates 420.69, I think. Golly, they got this thing folded right the heck up. I don't know if this will actually work, but we'll try it. Holy shit. Tran hung. Same, brother, same. So let's get this thing opened up, because it's probably going to take a while to kind of unfold back into shape. So I know a lot of people are worried about the quality of eBay parts. I'm not. This thing was like 100 bucks. What's the worst case scenario? To go down to the clinic on the corner and donate some nut grease, and donate some sperm, and donate some nut cum? Alright, they got this thing rolled right the fuck up. So we're gonna have to put some weight in it a little bit and get and get all this kind of folded back down. I might just have to stay like this for an hour or two. It's perfect. So first impressions, preemptive, that's what she said. It's a little thicker than I was expecting. Probably try and find a spot for it outside so it can sit in the sun and kind of go back into its original shape. Might have to put a little bit of weight in it to help hold it in place, but as long as it's nice and sunny out, it shouldn't be an issue. Fuck. It'll probably be fine. We'll still set it out there and just let it kind of go back into shape for a while. Alright, here's my genius solution to a simple problem. Got this side stuck behind the wood, got that side anchored in with the screwdriver, and got it pulled out somewhat far. Might have to go a little further, actually. I'm a little concerned with up here, because this needs to like bend down a lot to get back in shape. So I might actually pull this out a little more. But we'll have to see, because this needs to be like almost an 80-degree angle. Let's go look at the one that's on the truck. Yeah, you can see here just how much of a sharper angle it is. Maybe it'll work out perfect, maybe it won't, I don't know, but we're gonna try it. And then looking at the other bumper cover, it looks like it should be pretty simple to actually replace. So we'll just end up pulling the grill off, might have to do the lower lights, and then for the most part it looks like it's just a handful of bolts. So the actual plan is we're going to let that thing sit for hopefully not super long, not more than a few hours, but just as long as it takes, I guess, to get it back into shape. We're gonna get this one ripped off, and then we'll get that one all test fitted on there, make sure that it fits pretty good. Once I'm happy with how it fits, we're gonna pull it back off, and I hopefully have the correct paint to paint match it. But enough talk, let's start getting this bumper cover pulled off. So these headlights, for some reason, I don't know if you can read it there, but they say prototype. GMT 800 040. Very strange, very, very strange. So far, this is kind of looking like they just put this right over factory bumper, which I've seen a lot of people do when they do these clones. They'll just take the lower plastic piece off a stock bumper and just slide these over and do kind of like a 3M tape deal. And here you can see a little bit easier. You gotta push those, turn it, and it just pops right out. Or breaks. No biggie. I wanted to break it, honestly. Alright, so the only thing really left is these lower like fog light vent deals, which I think are just 2 screws per side, and then whatever is physically holding this bumper cover in place, which up here does not seem to be much. So there's 2 screws that you can't see. So you can see 1 screw right there, There's another one right there. I don't see anything else. I think that's all it is. So get those pulled out real quick. Hopefully this thing just comes right off. Maybe not. Oh, they riveted it. Oh, you assholes. You guys see that? They freaking riveted the bumper, this cover, to the old bumper. D-bags, man. Alright, we'll probably just cut this with a razor blade or something and get it off. Alright, that's what it looks like underneath. It's just a stock cat eye bumper. You can see the 3M tape that I was talking about that they used. I'll probably end up putting some more on there too. I'm curious if this was an actual GM one. Oh no, it's a good go. It's a good go. Mine's a good go. Mine's a good go, I'm hung. Good go hung. Hell yeah. So it should fit perfect then. Alright, I'm gonna clean some of this dirt and crap out of here so that when I put the double-sided tape on, it sticks pretty good. Once I get this cleaned up, we'll test fit the new bumper cover. Alright, my strategy is to try to hook it on this side and walk it around. That doesn't fit too bad, honestly. Do something to hold these down, but honestly, for the most part, it's really, really not too terrible. Yeah, I think it'll work pretty well. So we'll just do the double-sided tape up here, I guess. I don't know. We might not. I'm gonna set the grill in place and see how it looks. Yeah, that's not bad. What this really tells me is that I've got a lot of meat back here that I can run like little screws through to help hold it in place and pull this down. So that's good. So this will work really, really well. And then once I get those vents in place, that'll pull this to where it kind of needs to be. So now I get to pull it all back off and start painting, which is my favorite thing ever. I also have to wipe it down because there's still some tape and glue on it from the packaging. Alright, just got all the adhesive from the tape off, and I'm going to wipe everything down with some acetone. Try and clean it up. Get all this crap off so that the paint will stick. Look at that. Look at that. I'm sure there's going to be a few people who are going to chime in saying not to use acetone. I'm not making a show truck, man. I just want it to look kind of decent. I don't care if it's perfect, because I'm just going to end up scratching it anyway, or the kids are going to bump into it with something. So I don't really care. That's how we're going to roll here. Now, I gotta admit, all things considered, for just a couple spray cans, it turned out pretty decent. I think once it's on there, it won't take much buffing to get it to look pretty good. And I haven't found any runs in it yet, so that's nice. Yeah, my main concern was just making sure everything, just where you were really gonna look at it, was covered. Because there wasn't quite enough in the cans to do 3 full coats. There's like just barely enough to do 2. So I'm probably going to let this really completely dry and cure, and then throw it on the truck. I don't want to handle it too much until it's fully dry, because I was going to pull out whatever that is there, but it still felt kind of soft. So I need just a little bit more patience, and then we can get it thrown on the truck and start getting this buttoned up. All right, I opened the door up a little bit to get some light in here, and all things considered, I think it looks pretty decent. Like I said, we haven't buffed it out or anything yet, but the color looks pretty darn close. Just have to get the top all screwed down to help hold it in place. Get the screws into the stock bumper, things like that. Shouldn't take too long, really. I mean, honestly, this was like a day and a half of work just because I let the bumper sit outside and form back into shape for probably longer than was necessary, but this is a pretty simple thing to do. All right, so it's a couple days later, so the paint's all completely dry and a little dirty. But all things considered, I think it turned out pretty dang good, really. I mean, you can see the bumper went back into shape just fine in how it was like pop canned up. Paint turned out somewhat decent, still needs to be like buffed and polished and maybe a little wet sanded. I mean, there's not a ton of orange peel, so I might just be able to buff it and polish it and call it good. I did run down and get a few of these like button head screws. These are 8 by 3/4 like button head screws, just to pull this down and keep everything like secure against the factory bumper that's underneath it. And I think all things considered, it turned out pretty good. I think all said and done, I've got 170 bucks in this, maybe 175. And honestly, if you have a normal cat eye front end, I mean, I know there's a couple other things you'll have to pick up, like the lower grill and the vents, but those aren't super expensive. So if you have like a normal cat eye front end and want to just spice it up a little bit, all you'll have to do is either remove or cut the lower like plastic piece under the bumper, and then just basically put this over top of it. It seems to slip right on. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. See you next time.